Y'all ready?
Just 1 second.
See, Judge, I have just to let you know, we got the laptop right here, place of matters. We have the first disc loaded, sometimes we have a couple loaded discs when we need loaded. Any day.
Shoot, you're ready.
You never let me do that.
Let me ask you first of all about State's Exhibit 1164, this armed robbery conviction.
Mm-hmm.
That is you that was convicted of this armed robbery in 1999. Is that correct, sir?
Illegally convicted.
That was you that was convicted of this
Illegally convicted. Yes, sir, illegally convicted.
And you understand, since you were convicted of that armed robbery in 1999, you were not supposed to have a firearm at all. Isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that possessing that firearm was a violation of law. You understood that?
Under certain circumstances.
You understand that's a violation of law?
Under certain circumstances.
So basically, there are certain circumstances you would think, since you had that conviction, that you could simply go ahead and carry a weapon. Is that correct, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. So basically, you couldn't have a weapon or you could have a weapon.
I didn't supposed to have one, but under these circumstances, the man come over there and threatened me, and I got it from him, and I had the gun. Other than that, I'm totally gone.
And the judge in that case was Judge Steve Jones, was it not?
Whatever his name is.
Well, he was an African-American judge, wasn't he?
He might have looked like one, but inside he wasn't in my book.
Yes. And the prosecutor was Danny Love, isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you blame them for that illegal conviction that you have. Is that correct, sir?
Why don't we look at the records? Then you file a motion telling the judge I can't show the jury a certain record. Then you do that?
Sorry. You answered my question.
I'm answering your question. You might not like it, but let's look at the record. Let's talk from the record.
Sure. Only answer questions you're not here at this point to ask.
Well,
My question was, sir, you blame them for that, what you call illegal conviction. Do you not? Yes or no?
yes.
Okay. Now,
Hold on, I'm not finna answer. Can I please finna answer, sir?
No.
Now tell the jury that didn't you filed a motion saying I can't show the jury the illegal conviction. Isn't that correct?
you need to ask the question. Please go back.
Well, I'm answering this question. Well, you filed a motion that I couldn't talk about it, so there's no way for me to show it because you filed a motion to the judge that I couldn't talk about it, and I got the evidence right there.
Ask your other question, please.
Now, you moved away from Elton when you were, what, 7 or 8 years old? Is that correct, sir?
Somewhere around it now. 6, 7, somewhere. I couldn't recall.
You had one of the witnesses about going to school with them in, what, 2nd or 3rd grade?
It could be. I couldn't tell you that. I can't recall that.
I'm going to ask you all to not talk on top of each other because the court will have a very difficult time making the record.
Yes, sir.
Let him finish his question, and I'll ask that you let him finish his answer before you ask another. Right?
You left Elton when you were about 7 or 8 years old. Isn't that correct, sir?
Somewhere 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there.
And you spent the rest of your life growing up here in Athens. Is that right, sir?
Until my life was took from me.
Yes. Now, let's talk about March 22nd, 2011. On that day, it is true that you put or had put Don Brooks in the trunk of your Cadillac. Isn't that correct, sir?
After he threatened my life, yes, I did.
He was put in the back of your Cadillac. Right?
After he threatened my life, sir, I did put him in that trunk. I was one of the guys who put him in the trunk. Well, I was there when they put him in the trunk. I didn't put him in there, but I was there when they put him in my trunk.
The zip ties that he was zip tied around his hands, his arms were bound behind him. Is that correct, sir?
It's possible.
And his legs were bound too. Isn't that correct, sir?
After they come over there and threatened me, they had the zip ties, and they got put on them when I was there. That did happen.
Yes. And basically duct tape was put around his head. Isn't that correct, sir?
It's possible. I can't recall. It's possible.
You don't recall that part?
It's possible.
And basically there was some sort of a fabric, some sort of a thing, blue and red type of matter that was put over his head. Do you recall that?
It's possible.
And he was escorted out of your residence on that day. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And he was basically put in the trunk of your car. You do know that, right?
I put him there to keep from killing me.
And at that time, you did have that knife from your mom and dad, that green knife.
Yeah, I got it. I heard them out there talking about, come out, pussy nigga, we're gonna kill you. I grabbed the knife off the table, and I did come out there. I didn't have a gun. I grabbed the knife off the table. That did happen because he come over there and threatened me. If he hadn't, let me finish, please, sir. If he had never come over there and threatened me, he would have never been put in that trunk, Mr. Marlin.
And at that time, you understand, he was put in that truck against his will. Isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, you started going down Winterville Road, right?
Spring Valley Road.
Spring Valley Road, one of the Winterville Road there at Election Road, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that point, on that day, you did, at that point, you understood there was a bolo out for you for kidnapping. Is that correct?
Never knew nothing about that. Didn't think the guy was going to call the police, Mr. Marlin.
Well, you understood now from everything you had that there was a bolo out. Is that correct?
After reviewing all the evidence, yes, sir.
Yes. And after that time, you had that Smith & Wesson 40 caliber. Isn't that correct?
After I took it from him, after he come over there and threatened me, that's when I got the gun from him, Mr. Marlin.
Yes. And that was the weapon that you shot Tony Howard with twice. Isn't that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that was the weapon you shot Buddy Christian with twice. Isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
And that was the weapon you had when, in fact, you basically hijacked Deborah Lumpkin's car. Isn't that correct, sir?
I took her car out of fear, and I did have that weapon. I did take her car out of fear. I wasn't trying to hurt her, but I did have that weapon.
And you didn't say that you were terrified, right?
Yes, sir.
And that was a weapon you had when Don and Neek started up that car. Isn't that correct, sir?
I had it, but I didn't put it on her. I had it.
You didn't show it to her in any way?
No, sir.
And over those 2 days, you had that weapon.
Sir, I don't recall showing it to her. I know I didn't point it at her. And for me showing it to her, I don't recall. I know I didn't point it at her. Did she see it? She possibly have, but I didn't point it at nobody. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody.
And during those next 2 days, all those folks were inside the residence, and you had that gun inside the residence. Isn't that correct, sir?
I had it inside the residence.
Yes. And as far as Omari Wray, you're just absolutely denying that you had anything to do with Omari Wray.
I did not kill Mr. Wray.
And basically, all these folks that are saying this about statements that you made, in your opinion, they're just not telling the truth. Isn't that correct, sir?
That's right. They didn't tell the truth, and you part of it. Y'all done threatened them. You done scared them. Y'all, you had one of them say he didn't want to testify. You made him testify. How many other you done made testify?
Now, while you were over there during that time period with those hostages, folks, you basically did make statements about shooting Tony Howard and shooting Buddy Christian, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And so when they talk about that, they're telling the truth about that, right?
Yeah, they right about that part.
Yeah. And you talked about what you did.
I'm gonna ask him to quit slewing, if you would. It's distracting. It's distracting to me. I think it's distracting to others. If you would.
Well, if I can control it. I mean, I work on it. No, I work on it. Well, you want to get another chair? I just work on it. Don't make no difference. Let me just try it.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we get another chair. Can you hear me, Mr. Mark?
And you basically want to tell them about what happened to Tony Howard and Buddy Christian, that you shot them. Isn't that correct,
I
sir?
told him some things about it. I can't recall everything, but I was telling him pretty much the same thing. The story can't change, it won't change, you know.
And so, in addition, you told them about what you did with Deborah Lumpkin. Isn't that correct? Carjacking, hijacking her vehicle?
Well, I told him I took her car. Yes, sir, I did.
And you weren't telling them what happened to Jadon Brooks, too. Isn't that correct, sir?
Well, I told him how Jadon come over there and threatened me. The same thing I just told them. I told them the same exact thing, sir.
So your position is now you told them exactly that Jadon Brooks come over there. Is that what
Well, I told them about it. I can't say exactly.
Let me ask you a question before we
Okay.
You told them about Jadon Brooks. Is that correct?
Well, I talked about it. I can't remember all the specifics, but I was telling them how he come over there and threaten me and stuff like that. But for the exact, I can't recall word for word, but I did tell him that I put him in the trunk like I just told the jury.
And your position is, you did tell him you put him in the trunk.
Yes, sir.
You're not saying that you told him about this other part, right?
What other part?
About him going over there with two guys in a book bag.
No, I told him that.
You told him that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And basically, but you didn't tell him anything at all about Omari Wray is what you're telling us.
No, I didn't tell him. I never told him I killed Omari Wray. But what happened was, Mr. Ray, Kenyatta Campbell, Jadon Brooks, Sean Brown were calling during a lead hostage situation. They were calling me pussy nigga, fuck me. You killed Omari because he wouldn't tell me was and all this old stuff. What I did tell him, I said, look, if you say so, man. If y'all say I did it, I did it. And let me finish, please. They kept calling me and picking it. But as far as me telling them I killed Omari Wray, I didn't kill that man. If I killed him, I tell y'all. I didn't kill him.
And in fact, basically, you also talked to Darius Lanier about what you've done. Isn't that correct,
Oh,
sir?
no, we talked, but I never told them I killed Omari Wray. As a matter of fact, I think it was reward money was what provoked that, Mr. Marlin, and we read the letter that when he was telling you by basically testifying for you to cut him a deal. I think you got the exhibit, and the jury heard him. We wrote it. I mean, you wrote the letter to you, so I never told him that. I never told Mr. Lanier that I killed Omari or nothing like that, sir. I never done that.
You never told him that?
No, sir.
And you told him about Tony Howard and Buddy Christian, isn't that right?
Yeah, I was telling him about that,
You
sir.
told him about that, but not the Omari Wray part.
Yes, sir.
And basically, you've heard these recordings that were off of Quentin Ryan's phone, haven't you?
You never recorded me. It wasn't me.
That was not you.
I done heard them several times. I've been had them. It wasn't me. Why don't you bring the phone in and show me that that man recorded me? Then bring the phone in and let me see it for myself, Mr. Martin.
I'd like to play this time State's Exhibit 917. The first 20 seconds of track 901. Now, is that volume, do you have the volume on that? Or
I have no control.
Okay. You're telling us that stuff we're going to say that's about the IRS boys.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
I heard that.
And all the dope's going to go through B.
No, wasn't me.
That's not you.
No, sir.
And all the dope's going to go through Hood.
Wasn't me, sir.
That's not you at all.
No, sir.
Okay? And that voice that we've been hearing since this trial started June 1st, particularly since June 25th, each and every day, 8 to 9 hours a day, 6 days a week, that's not your voice.
No, sir. If you thought of my voice, why didn't you get your taping and identification expert? You had a chance to do it.
So, you know, to ask questions.
Okay.
Play track 902, starting with second 48.
So, some two.
Yes, you are.
He knows it was 3 other days ago. I told you he was on the off that already forward. I didn't have something.
And right there in that voice, that's not you,
No,
basically
sir.
talking about these IRS boys.
No, sir. Don't know nothing about no IRS boy. Never heard of them. Don't know.
Those three ends that were over there, that's not the ones that wasn't you talking about that, right?
No, sir.
Play 903, please. All of that.
I think y'all see y'all like I did before, I hate to hear it. But right there, you know, that's all he's loaded, okay, so I have a little more. Yeah, you know, you get down, you know, the celebrate from there too. Try to see them right there on the floor. You know, they might come in, you want to walk through, you know, have a further experience. Clear, you don't got that clear. I want to get home, I'll let it go. See, I got to see what he's man. See, we're going to have to stay with you. There's no way over you. I don't think we're going to show on land in snow. But yeah, too many feet. Yeah, too many feet. There's too many feet. That's we're going on. Oh, it's snowing. Okay.
And that's not you, basically, on that tape talking about Omari Wray, about you hate to kill him.
No, sir. No, sir. It's not me.
And that you were going to kill the plug and about laying in the snow. That's not you at all.
No, sir.
That's not your voice doing that stuff.
No, sir.
That was recorded on that phone by Quentin Riding.
Wasn't me.
And that phone being seized on the day of March 25th, 2011.
It wasn't me. I never seen the phone. You wouldn't play it for me. You would never give me an opportunity to see it. Wasn't me, Mr. Prosecutor. It wasn't me.
I'm going to be able to take a look. Anything land in the snow, it's all of it. They went out in the snow. Maybe this other thing, this thing ain't that nobody. The story, and they know the prosecutor was one thing. The whole world left. Now, when he died, they go from the east, work over the yeah. Well, I feel kind of sorry for him. They said, hold on. He said he was a big, I got no man already. You know what he did? Come on. No, I mean, he took too long. But they got I see the truck, I jumped on his ground. I thought he chased me, I thought I was so bad. I used to shoot. And all the way so bad, and you better run over here, because he said, you'll be in front of you. That means you got to be running both trees and both forward, and if you don't win, super hard, it's hard for you right there.
And that's not you at all either on that particular recording.
No,
it's
sir.
on his phone right there.
No, sir.
And it's your position that somebody just created that out of whole cloth. Just made that all up.
Yes, sir. It wasn't me.
And made up a recording of somebody with a voice that sounds just like yours.
I don't think it sounds like mine. It might sound similar, but it's not me.
And somebody basically just starts describing the events around Omari Wray.
I couldn't tell you what happened to Mr. Ray, Mr. Marlin. It wasn't me. I couldn't tell you.
Play 905, please.
Nobody scared anybody. You know, they didn't talk about y'all feel like they really say they even talk, they still back there. You know, y'all don't know where to keep, because they know how close to be this motherfucker. And I say that here, I did this here, and they just glad man. Did you hear what I'm saying? And then I said, and once you get free, that ain't even no fucking work. So he really don't need personal. He's pretty cool. Come on, you ever want to do a pretty cool? Yeah. You know, you said you should, boy. You know what it is. They know that they got every time they got everyone there. Oh, yeah. You won't go more. You ain't talking to me. I thought he was cool. I see you in the morning.
And that was not you either.
No, sir.
Talking about the snitch.
No, it wasn't me, sir.
Play 907,
Look, I said, you want to make the man because they don't get it along, you finish it up. You got that just the weed and you know it's what we have with us. No, go down to my home, she ain't need you. They like to break that, you know, first I did, they don't see it all like this.
That's not you there.
No, sir.
You're talking about basically him screaming and imitating how he was screaming at that time in your voice. That was not you.
No, sir.
That was just somebody else on that tape doing that.
You know better than me.
Is that correct, sir?
You know better than me.
Answer the question, please.
It wasn't me, so you know more about that than I do. I don't know it wasn't me.
And talking about how you were going to kill his mom. Isn't that right?
Never said that, sir.
That's not you.
No, sir.
Please, 908. Right there about, hey, they're going to send me back to prison. That wasn't you saying that.
No, sir.
Is that what you're telling us?
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
That's the rest of it.
You know, that kind of stuff bad on Lucas, well. You know, we don't try to be a I look at it
That's not you either.
No, sir.
Put it next track. 912.
You know what I'm saying? You don't let it show you that at all. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have one on the night. I'm gonna be rich. You know what I'm saying? Why you don't come over and start? I'm the all the enemy. Where's my gun? Get the hell away from me. You won't call us here no more. If you know what I know, God, you'll leave me alone.
Right there, the discussion about somebody jumping out of the trunk. Wasn't there a discussion on that?
It wasn't me.
That wasn't you saying jumping out of the trunk.
That wasn't me. That was maybe Quentin written I heard, but it wasn't me on that tape, Mr. Moore. You wasting your time. It wasn't me.
Well, that's Quentin Ryden that was on that phone.
Okay, well, I just heard Quentin Ryden say something, but it wasn't me.
Play the rest of that.
You know, I had, you know what they look at, I got to have a word and you know what they're crying. They were making man on. I didn't even know about that damn phone. They trying to figure out how this whole thing is crying. Okay. Right, I'll keep going. Keep going.
That wasn't you that talked about the Don jumping out of that truck. You went to crying. That's what made you mad.
Sir,
That's
it wasn't me on that tape, Mr. Moore. And I've been telling you that for years. It wasn't me.
And those children in the background there. You hear some children in the background. Didn't you hear the children in the background
I
there?
heard them, but it wasn't me on that tape, Mr. Moore.
So when this tape was fabricated, I guess, all that stuff was recreated to make sure it sounded like all this was going on.
Y'all can tell me that better than me. I ain't never seen the phone. You didn't show the phone to the jury. I ain't never seen it. I don't know where you got it from.
942.
Hey, you don't do anything. They couldn't get anything. You don't do goddamn film. You don't like the speech 1 year. You don't like it. But one don't know about their voice, you know what I mean? They look bad. You got Omari here. And you want to got their Omari. I was like a kid. You know you like it, yo. They got a big back on that guy. They won't be out there on Mark Hill. They give you no money.
That wasn't you talking about killing Omari and going to the funeral to make sure folks didn't think that you had anything to do with it, right?
Wasn't me, Mr. Moore.
You basically just saying that that wasn't you talking about how you go kill Jadon too, right?
Wasn't me, Mr. Moore. Wasn't me, sir.
News reports in the background of these tapes here, some of which talk about wanting that. Wasn't just recreating the story to you.
Y'all the one brought up the phone. It wasn't me, Mr. Moore. I didn't do it, sir.
None of that was you.
No, sir.
Let's talk about Jadon Brooks. You indicated basically that he showed up there with 2 guys in a book bag. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that's not something that any of the folks that came in from 102 Creekstone said anything about you telling them that Jadon showed up with 2 guys in a book bag.
I can't go off what they say. I know what I lived. Unfortunately, I lived it, so I can tell you better than anybody, Mr. Moore.
You heard the interview you had with Agent Rossler Hillman, did you not?
Yes, sir.
And not one time during that interview did you ever say anything about Jadon Brooks and there being 2 guys over there with a book bag trying to rob you. You never said that in the interview, did you? I
don't recall talking about the things that happened with me and Jadon Brooks at all during that interview, Mr. Moore.
Let's go to the next exhibit. That states who did it. 923. I believe it's at 4530. Start right there.
I didn't talk about what happened March 22nd, 2011. I didn't tell him Mr. Brooks sold drugs. I asked him to tell me what Jadon told you. We might have brought up a name, but I don't recall talking about the specific that day, Mr. Moore.
You don't recall basically at that time talking about Jadon Brooks? Yeah, I know. Hey, why the F you tell these police I'm in the wood for Jadon Brooks? I know you called his name. Why the F you telling the police on me for? We both censored. Come on, Jadon. What the hell you doing telling the police on me for? He who without sin cast the first effing stone, Jadon. Can't call the police on me.
Yeah, I don't
talk about Jadon, did you not?
Yes, but we didn't talk about no drugs. What happened that day on March 22nd, 2011, Mr. Moore?
Yeah. You didn't take the opportunity to tell them at that time that Jadon showed up with 2 guys in a book bag, did you?
I didn't tell them nothing really about me and Jadon that day. I don't recall telling them I put them in the trunk then, Mr. Moore.
That'd be pretty important for you to talk to them about about, hey, they were over there trying to rob me, right? They were outside basically calling about what they were going to do to me. Come on out. Like you described, isn't that right?
I didn't tell him nothing really about how he got in the trunk, what he come over there and did about drugs and that, Mr. Marlon. I didn't call the police.
And you never said anything at all to any of the hostages there at 102 Creekstone about basically Jadon Brooks having these two guys in the book bag at all, did you?
I recalled I did, Mr. Marlon.
But none of them happened to remember that part of it, right?
That's on them, Mr. Marlon.
And basically, as far as after Jadon Brooks was put in the trunk and wound up, you showing up there at Winterville Road at that time, at Lexington Road, you indicated there was a blue car behind you, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't the Caprice?
No, sir.
The guys that you were with were not in that Caprice, that's what you're telling us?
No, sir. You bring the fingerprints in, you'll find out who got them, Mr. Marlon. There wasn't nobody with me.
So basically what you're saying is when Jadon got out, you got out of the car, you just did that to try to close the trunk, that's what you're telling
Yes,
us?
sir.
And at that time, he wound up getting in another car, isn't that right?
I left before that. Didn't see what car he got in. I left before that. I couldn't tell you what car he got in.
You hadn't done anything wrong, had you?
I defended myself. Yeah, I mean, in a sense, lawfully it was wrong. But, as a moral standpoint, I would defend myself, Mr. Marlon. It's still wrong. We all know to put somebody in front. I would just defend myself, Mr. Marlon.
You didn't
Bad, sir, can I please finish? It's the bad part about selling drugs, Mr. Marlon. I couldn't call the police. I was stuck. I did the best thing I can do to keep from killing it. We all know it's wrong to put somebody in front, but I was just defending myself, Mr. Marlon.
You turned right and fled there, didn't you?
No, I turned right and I left from right there. I didn't never flee.
Well, that car that you had just on the other side of the bypass, you left it there off Little Oak Road where we saw the pictures right there in Inglewood. Isn't that correct?
What car?
Your Cadillac.
My Cadillac, I parked it right there over there by the Church of Chicken. Where they said it was a little over. I didn't know the name of the road, but I parked my car.
Where we saw the pictures is where...
Yeah, when you see my Cadillac, I parked... Yes, sir. I'm the one who parked it there.
Again, let's wait, let him finish his question.
Okay. Yeah, I did park it right there. When you see it on that picture, I didn't want to park it there.
And you saw that Chevy Caprice, Jadon Brooks' car, was parked on the other end of Little Oak as it comes into Dublin in Old Winterville. Isn't that right? That's where it was parked, wasn't it?
No, sir, you're mistaken, Mr. Marlon. I never seen Jadon Brooks Caprice parked anywhere other than my yard when he come over there.
But you saw it was parked in these photos here where you examined these officers who recovered it there at that location. Isn't that right?
I didn't physically see where it parked. I just seen the car in the photo wherever we were parked at, Mr. Marlon, but I didn't see it March 22nd, 2011, sir.
You saw the map where it was recovered just a block, half a block away from where you parked your car. Isn't that right?
Yeah, what they say, I didn't see it personally.
And at that time, you heard basically the officer who recovered it indicated there was a fellow who said he saw 3 guys walking away from it. Isn't that right?
Couldn't tell you about 3 guys, Mr. Marlon. I couldn't tell you about that. What the officer seen, well, he might have testified to it, but Jamie didn't personally see it, sir.
So basically what you're saying is when you left with Jadon Brooks in the trunk of your car, when you left with Jadon Brooks in the trunk of your car, that Chevy Caprice, Jadon Brooks was still at your house.
Yes, sir.
And Santana Elder, who basically was picking up trash or running a trash run at that time, seeing Jadon Brooks' car backing out with a big-headed fella basically driving it there, he just must be terribly mistaken.
Greatly mistaken. I hadn't seen, Mr. Elder seen me in no car, Jadon backing out, sir.
And he talked about, so you didn't talk with Santana Elder when you basically were in the process of leaving your car.
No, I seen Mr. Elder. I was walking down my driveway, my parents' driveway that day, as he stated, but I didn't see no Jadon Brooks' car moving, sir.
And Santana Elder then basically must be terribly mistaken about Jadon Brooks' car backing out of there with that big-headed fella in there.
Yes, sir. That's what he said. I didn't see that, sir.
And those 3 guys, where'd they come from?
That was 4.
There were 4 guys. Where'd they come from?
Can't tell you that. Will not tell you that.
You basically talk all this trial about the truth, but you don't want the truth about that.
Well, I'm telling you the truth, and I'm not going to tell you. I can make up a few names. I could have done that. Told a few lies like your witness did, made up some names, got some folks locked up. It is the truth. I'm not. They didn't kill the police guy. I'm not gonna tell. That's the truth. Now you want me to make up something? That what you want?
You didn't ever subpoena them to this trial, did you?
For what?
And sir, as far as those individuals, you say there's 4 guys.
Not from Athens. I give you that. They are not from Athens, so the citizens can rest peace. These guys not around here trying to hurt nobody. You know, if they had never legally convicted me, I wouldn't have never met the guys in the first place, Mr. Marley.
And those guys were over at your house because they had 50 pounds of dope. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And they had a bunch of guns. Is that right?
They had some guns. Yes, sir.
They could have had a sawed-off shotgun, but you don't recall a sawed-off shotgun, right?
Don't recall no sawed-off gun.
And they had several handguns. Is that correct?
They had some guns.
And they weren't taking your direction about what to do with your Don Brooks at all.
No, I told him I was going to take him over his house, take him over to his parents' house, his mama's house. That's what I told him. As far as other directions, sir, he got put in the trunk, sir. That's the best I can give you on that, Mr. Maul.
As after he was tied up inside and y'all start taking him out there, when a car apparently comes by, you don't basically put him on the ground.
Don't recall
that?
I recall walking him out to the car and we put him in the trunk. That would happen.
And they weren't basically, you didn't direct them to put him in the trunk at all.
Now, they asked me what I wanted to do with him. I said, take over his mama's house. They said, put him in the trunk, and he went in the trunk.
And that wasn't at your direction?
Not that I recall.
Not that you recall?
I don't recall that.
That's a matter that you don't recall?
I don't recall that, sir.
So basically, you decided to leave your Cadillac and start walking. Is that right?
I called my mom. My trunk wasn't closed, Mr. Maul. I couldn't drive, but the trunk was flopping up, Mr. Maul. So I called my mom, but she was busy, sir. And I called my brother Matthew, and he picked me up, and we were going to Sycamore Drive while I was staying, sir.
So basically, your car wouldn't drive because the trunk was up.
How could I drive?
Is that what
How
you
could I
tell me?
drive a car in the trunk flapping up and down, Mr. Maul?
The back trunk.
Yeah, I could. It's not drivable, sir.
So that's why you basically ditched your car.
I don't call ditching it.
That's why you left your car
Yes.
just on the other side of the bypass.
Yes, I asked my mom to come pick me up, sir.
And started walking.
Yes, sir.
And started walking toward town.
Yes, sir.
And had your mom pick you up.
Yes, sir.
You basically had her pick you up and take you to McDonald's. Is that right?
She was busy. She said she was busy with other matters, so I called my brother Matthew, or however he got there. I recall calling him, and he met me there. I called him like twice. He met me at McDonald's. I got in the SUV with him. We rode to Sycamore Drive. He missed the turn. We cut through the apartment. We seen Tony Howard, and his police shooting incident happened, Mr. Maul.
And at that time, when you went over there to McDonald's, Keonka Williams was in the car with him, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And you told Keonka to get out of the car, isn't
Yes,
that right?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to be in the car with Matthew by yourself, isn't that right?
Yes, sir. I
You
did.
didn't want anybody else in the car.
I told him to get out. Apparently, I didn't want him there.
And basically, you had to go change clothes. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I was gonna change the clothes, and I was gonna get some tools, and I was gonna let it die down. I was gonna go fix my trunk and just see where it go.
You were just going to go back over to Javaris.
I was staying there with Javaris. That's where I was staying at.
And you all of a sudden just need to change clothes.
Now, it ain't all of a sudden change clothes. I don't like getting my good clothes dirty, Mr. Maul. When I fix on cars, whatever, I change clothes, and I was going to fix the trunk, Mr. Maul. I'm going to fix the trunk in my clean clothes, Mr. Malden.
So get the tools and change your clothes and get over there.
Yeah, we were going to let it die down a little bit, and I was going to go over there and get to my car, Mr. Malden. I do fix cars. I got my certification in prison, so I fix my own cars, Mr. Malden.
And that shower curtain that was in the back of the trunk, it just happened to be in the back of your trunk.
No, what that is, what so happened to be that back there, what that is, you mess with marijuana, it's called like a tart. You put it there, and you put the marijuana back there, and you move it. If the police stop you, they ain't got no marijuana in your car. That's why I was back there, Mr. Maul, for marijuana purposes, sir.
that shower curtain that had the ducts or whatever, that was there for marijuana purposes?
Yeah, when I personally, when I mess around with marijuana, I don't want to get in my car because the police pull you over and get residue, you go. That's why I do.
It had nothing to do with your Don Brooks being in the trunk of your car.
No. It was there before he got there.
And you saw basically there was a 380 semi-automatic that was found in the passenger side front floorboard of your car.
Yes, I have no knowledge of that there, Mr. Malone. I never seen the 380, never touched it. I didn't have no knowledge from it, how it got there. It could have been in that bag. I couldn't tell you, but Jamie didn't know nothing about it, sir.
You had no idea about that particular matter?
Not that particular gun in that car, sir.
So those two guys that were over there with Jadon apparently left their bag. Is that what you're telling me?
No, they ran in the wood with the bag, and they the one that ran in the wood with it. Apparently they threw it down or whatever, and my guys come back with it. So they threw it down or whatever they doing.
It just so happened they had zip ties that you happened to use on Jadon at that time.
Oh yeah, they the one they brought him over there, so they was his, and was they on him? Yes, but they come from their bag, they the one have them, and they was on it.
And those guys weren't the IRS boys.
Who?
The guys at your house that you don't want to tell us the names of. They weren't the IRS.
Don't know nothing about no IRS boy. Never heard of them, Mr. Moore.
Let's talk about Tony Howard.
Talk about it.
You indicated it happened in 1997. Is that what you said?
1997, 1998, somewhere around there. I was at the Athens Clark County Jail, sir.
At that time, you said that you were in jail on an armed robbery charge.
Illegally in jail on armed robbery charge, Mr. Moore. Illegally.
You were in jail on an armed robbery charge.
Illegally on robbery charge, Mr. Moore.
Illegal or not, you were in there in jail on armed robbery charge.
I was illegally in jail on armed robbery, Mr. Moore.
And at that time, you said that while you were in jail on that charge, you caught him having sex with Miss Sims. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And he wound up taking you to the visitation area, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, after I caught him having sex, but he came and got me from the dorm, took me to the little visitation room and cussed, hit me across my head, or pushed me across my head, hit my wall. My head hit the wall, and he grabbed me by my neck, telling me, you better not tell, you better not tell.
And that's what he did to you?
Yes, sir.
And you told Gunthorpe about it?
No, Gill Strap, Mr. Gill Strap, God bless the dead, a good officer at that.
So you told Gilstrap about it, right?
Yes, sir.
And didn't happen again?
Didn't have him again.
And that was in 1997?
1997, 1998, when I was out there. That's when it happened.
And I assume you filed some sort of complaint about that, didn't you?
Gill Strap took care of it. He didn't mess with me no more. I didn't have no more problems out of him other than that in that jail, sir.
Take the zip 923.
Outside over here for no reason way back in 87, bro. So you don't forget shit.
That you just went up saying that man dogged us, man, smacked us upside our head for no reason, way back in 97.
Yeah, I said 97, sir. I was at the Athens Clark County Jail 97, 98. You can retrieve the record and see. I think you should know that.
What you told them, for no reason. Isn't that right?
Hey, that was for no reason. Why you putting your hands on me, dude? I ain't done that to you. That's no reason, Mr. Moore.
At no time during that interview did you ever tell Agents Rossler and Hillsman that you caught Tony Howard having sex with a married woman, a preacher's wife?
No, I didn't.
Time did you?
I didn't tell him everything. I reviewed it. No, I did not.
It's fair to say, basically, at the Clark County Jail, you never filed any complaints against Tony Howard.
I told Mr. Gilstrap I could have lied to you and say he jumped. I could have told you he hit me more than 1 or 2 times. I could have come in and say he jumped on me a lot of times, couldn't I?
And you understand how to file complaints, do you
Well, I
not?
just told him. At the time, I didn't. I learned how to study the law when I went to jail for illegal armed robbery conviction. That what made me start studying the law. And they come back to bite them and they re-in because every time, that's why I'm representing myself. They're really strange. So I said, when they illegal convict me, I said, never would have them again. I started educating myself, going to the law library. That's how I can represent myself because I've been studying law for years. This ain't nothing new to me.
Sir,
Can I finish my answer, please? This is nothing new. That's why I started studying law of the illegal conviction. This is where it comes from. Everything revolves around the illegal conviction. That's why I can come here and represent myself pretty decently because I have a knowledge of what's going on.
finish with your answer.
Yes, sir.
After you were arrested, you went to the Hall County Jail, right?
Yes, sir.
And you made complaints about the Hall County Jail, isn't that correct?
Complaints. Yeah, but it was very cold. They were freezing me. When they locked me up, I thought it was cruel and unusual punishment because of what I was charged with. They put me in a room by myself that you can see condensation when you breathe and with no clothes on but some paper boxes. And I would tell them this is inhumane. They come and talk to me. I said, I will not talk to you. Y'all get me out this freezer.
You made complaints about that, didn't you?
No, I told them about it. I told the agents. And I wasn't 19. I was 33. I think it's a big difference there, Mr. Martin. I have a little more education about myself compared to when I didn't know nothing, sir.
Basically, sir, as part of your defense, you requested open records of the personnel for the Capital Defender's Office back in 2011, made a request for open records of personal records for Tony Howard.
No, my attorneys didn't. I was not representing myself at that time, sir. My attorneys done
I
that.
understand. But that was something that was made available to you, isn't that correct?
Well, my attorneys made it available, sir.
And basically, you also, that you have requested all of Tony Howard's personnel records from the Stark County
What
Police
date?
Department. Is that correct, sir?
What date is on that so I can see if I done it, they done it, Mr. Martin?
Let me finish this question. Once again, you're talking on top of it. Court order can't keep up with that.
By subpoena, you requested the records from the police department of all of Tony Howard's records. Is that right? To return back to May the 27th, 2015.
I think I filed a motion. Did you say something? Okay. Yeah, I think I filed a motion through you to for you to get the records. What was it? Motion to produce any and all statement of record from, and you refused to give them to me. So that's why I had to have my investigator look at it because you refused to give them to me after I asked you for them, sir.
My question was, you got all the records of Officer Tony Howard from the police department.
Well, I just answered your question. I asked you first, sir, for the record of Mr. Tony Howard. I filed a motion for Mr. Martin to give it to me. He refused to give it to me. So I had my investigator go get the record because he wouldn't give them to me.
You got them all.
I got whatever my investigator got, sir. I don't know if they was all, but that's how whatever they got, that's what I got.
And from all those records, Defense Exhibit 34, that disciplinary action, that was the only disciplinary action you found against Tony Howard. Isn't that correct, sir?
I didn't read all of it, sir. I just ran across that there and I found it, but I couldn't tell you what else he got or what y'all done hid. I don't know what they done redacted out of his record. I don't know.
You had all the records.
I
From the
couldn't.
Sheriff's Department and Police Department. Is that
I
right?
don't know, sir. What my investigator, I couldn't tell you everything on the man record. I don't know. Don't.
Anything that happened, basically, that you indicate happened by Tony Howard was in 1997.
1997, 98, what you want me to come in and tell some lies on the man?
97 or 98 it was in, right?
Yes, sir. That's only, he never put his hands on me other than that, man.
Let's go back to March 22nd.
Okay?
Sycamore Drive there. You indicated you called your mom and she picked you up. You went over to McDonald's and had your brother pick you up, right?
Yes, sir.
And you were in the process at that time of going to where you were staying with your cousin there at Cascades. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, sir. My brother Matthew missed the turn, and I told him to go down here and do the U-turn with the Cadillac place and cut through the Green Park Mission. I seen Tony Howard, sir.
And you had the gun at that time still with you, isn't that correct, sir?
Yeah, I had it tucked down, concealed in my pants, sir.
You didn't leave that in your car with the other gun, did you?
I didn't know the other gun was there, sir.
You didn't leave that in the car, did you?
I couldn't have left it. I had it on me.
And your intent was basically just catch a ride because somehow your car was no longer drivable because the back trunk was popping up.
Yeah, that's correct, sir.
And so your intent was basically catch a ride so you could change your clothes and get some tools and go back over there, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. My intent was to catch a ride, go to my cousin's house, get some tools, change clothes, let it die down a little bit, and go fix my trunk, Mr. Moss.
And you didn't have to change your clothes at your mama and daddy's house?
No, I was going over to where I stayed at.
You didn't indicate to your mama that you were basically needing to change clothes at all, did you? So you could go basically get your car fixed.
I don't recall. I could have. I don't recall. I couldn't tell you that. I know she told me she was busy. That's what I do recall.
You didn't basically tell your brother that you needed to change your clothes at your cousin, where you were staying with your cousin, to get some tools to go back over to your car, right?
No, but I recall telling him, take me to change clothes so I can go get some tools, man. I don't recall telling him about the trunk part. I said, take me to change the clothes so I can go get my tools. And I'm taking over to Javar house there, but I do recall, and I could have told him about the toolbox. It's been a long time, Mr. Mall. I just couldn't tell you everything I told him, sir.
And at that time, you indicated that you saw Howard at that time as y'all were cutting across to go over to Cascades.
Yeah, he was coming out of Cascades, and we were coming through them green apartments. That's when I saw Officer Tony Howard, when we was coming out like this. He was coming like this, and we were coming like this.
Well, you knew at that time that basically you were wanted, wasn't it?
No, didn't know the guy that called the police on me. Had no earthly idea. That's why I was going home. If I'd have thought the police were looking for me, why in the world I'm going to where I lay my head, Mr. Maul? I'm going straight home, man. Didn't know the man that called the police. Didn't even know it. As a matter of fact, Mr. Maul, we missed the turn. If my brother had made the turn, I wouldn't even be here for the police shooting. They wouldn't even seen Tony Howard. Didn't know. The man missed the turn.
Basically, when you went across and saw Howard, he said, stop hood, stop hood.
He was yelling, irately. If you stop hiding that audio and video, I'm pretty sure we could hear it ourselves.
But at that time, basically, in your mind, you'd done nothing wrong.
I hadn't done nothing wrong. I mean, I didn't say that. I didn't know the police were looking for me. I know I just had the guy in the trunk, but I didn't know the police were looking for me about it.
But at that time, basically, as your brother was parking the car, you jumped out of the car. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah. I was jumping out the car. He was parking the car. I jumped out, seatbelt had, and I fell kind of forward a little bit, and I ran back the other way. You know, your officer, Tony Howard, would come out the window on me and grab me.
You didn't have any idea that Tony Howard was going to do anything with you. He just told Hood to stop.
No, this is what it was. The way he was screaming at me, I thought, I don't know what he was thinking. I thought, let me get away from this guy. That's what I thought. I don't know what officer, I went inside his head. I don't know what he was thinking.
You didn't, even though at that time you had no idea the police were looking for you, or any idea that anybody called the police, or that you'd done anything wrong. At that time, you decided, when he said stop Hood, that you decided to get out of the car and start
No,
running.
it's the way he was yelling, and the history I had with him, Mr. Moore, would make the wrong, sir.
So according to you, you knew that was Howard at that very moment. That's what you're telling me?
When he was screaming and yelling, I know who Howard is like he know who I am.
Even though you hadn't seen him since 97.
No, I done seen Howard plenty of times in Athens since I got to prison. I was in Paul over, I done seen him rock spraying on the east side, I done seen him several times.
And the time you got out of there, you basically still had the gun with you, right?
Yeah, I had the gun tucked down in my shorts or pants. It was concealed down in there.
You didn't leave it there in the car.
I had it on me.
And your intent was to basically run away from Tony Howard.
Yeah, I was just running away from him. He told you he didn't see a gun. I just didn't jump out with no gun. I was trying to run past him. The gun come out after he grabbed me and told me he was going to shoot me.
You had a gun in your waistband, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And to run away from him, you ran toward his car, right?
I was just trying to, best thing I can tell you is, I was just trying to get past him. Yes, I was running towards his car. I was trying to run past him, sir.
And in that instance there, if you were going to run away from him, you would have run basically toward your apartment.
You know, it's possible.
Your apartment that you had in your car. Is that correct?
It's possible, Mr.
Y'all not asking, let me finish the question.
I thought he said, okay, I thought you was finished.
But basically at that time, in order to run, you ran toward him rather than running away from him.
Yes, sir. I was trying to get away from him as fast as I can. In my position on that, that's why I keep asking for the audio and video so we won't have to go through this mess. We can just look at it and let the jury see it for themselves. That's what I hate because they won't show that audio and video. That's why I keep looking at it because I wish somebody could see it. I'm asking for the tape. They the one every time I say something about it, object, jury, leave the room. If we can see it, it's just like when they killed my brother. Audio and video just keep this in the pen. This case and in my brother's case, we can't see it. Well, I'm answering your question, though. You asked me.
No, sir.
He asked me a question, I answered. See it?
Answer that.
I'm going to answer how I want to answer. I'm going to answer how I want to answer.
Mr. Hood, the objection was it was not responsive to the question.
Okay, but I'm going to answer my question the way I want to answer me. You can't tell me how to answer no question. He asked me something.
Sustain the objection.
Okay, but I'm answering like I want to answer.
Ask another question.
In order to run away from him, you got out of the passenger side and ran basically in front of the patrol car and ran right by the driver's side. Is that what you're telling us?
I was just trying to get away quick. That's the best I can tell you. Couldn't tell you nothing no better than that. If he had to park his car according to protocol, we wouldn't be having a conversation with him.
So it was his fault that all this happened.
It speaks for itself. Protocol. We had several officers come in and say they wanted to done it. You heard it. You got the protocol. If he had to park his car according to protocol, had the protocol, we wouldn't be talking like this, would we?
Sir, you answered my question.
I just answered
You
your
got
question.
out of the passenger seat of the car in order to run away from him. You ran in front of his patrol car and ran by the driver's side door, correct? Yes or no?
No, I was trying to get away from him as fast as I could, and I was on the driver's side, and he the one died like the one that on me. I didn't touch him first. You know, again, if y'all maybe stop hiding this audio and video, we can look at it and we can stop this.
And basically at that time, he reached out with both hands to grab you out of the window. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
correct?
Oh, yes, sir. He told you. Didn't he testify he grabbed me?
He didn't have a gun at all, did he? He didn't have a gun out at that time, did he?
He grabbed me, and I jerked away from him. He said, I'll shoot. And I heard my brother Tim, don't let him do like that to me, and I shot him. And I shot the man.
You're telling me that he said, I'll shoot?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me?
Yes, sir.
At no time during that interview with Agents Rosser and Hillsman did you ever say that Tony Howard said, I'll shoot. Did you? You never said that, did you?
After I reviewed the interview, Your Honor, jury, I did not state it at the time. The audio and video would have heard it. That's why I wanted to play it for you so you can hear the sound, you can see everything. There's a lot of stuff I didn't tell him. But God know what happened, and I know what happened. And that's what happened, Mr. Muller, or have you saw it, and that's why you won't play it.
Good. One time, you were going through and you were talking in that interview numerous times about Tony Howard and what he did to you and all that kind of stuff. And not one time did you say that he said, I'll shoot, did you? Not one time did you say that, correct?
Not doing the interview, Mr. Malden, but again, I know what he said, and a possibility, I think you know, or somebody else know, because somebody had seen the audio and video, they would have told the whole story. You would have heard it, and you would have seen it. I couldn't have told y'all no lies, and they couldn't have told you no lies. I'm asking for the video. We camera in the car. They the one won't show it.
You had the opportunity to say that.
Yes, sir. You had the opportunity to show that video too, didn't you?
Good. You heard about the video, didn't you?
What you mean?
You heard that basically it was tested and there basically was no video. You saw that, didn't you?
No, for years, Mr. Malden, I think the news can corroborate this. You know, I was asking my lawyer for you. They say I was mentally incompetent. My first set of lawyers said I was
That's
crazy.
not in all response.
Oh, but I'm answering pertaining to this audio and video you're talking about.
There's an objection. As I said, I still got to deal with the objections the same way we were dealing.
Okay, but I
So
thought...
the objection is that the answer is not responsive to the question.
No, Your Honor, now when I was cross-examined, you said, let me finish answering. You said, let them finish answering, so I got to finish answering too, whether you like it or not. That what you told me when I was cross-examining his witness?
There's an objection of it's non-responsive. You can't just answer anything.
Yeah, well, Your
So
Honor...
I'm going to sustain the objection and ask another question.
Not once did you ever say that to the hostages either, that Tony Howard said, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, I think I told him. I recall I did tell him that, Mr. Moss. It's possible that I did. I thought I did. I think I did. There's a lot of stuff I didn't say, Mr. Moore.
You would understand that'd be a pretty important fact, wouldn't you, Chris?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm talking to you about it. That's why I want audio and video.
My question was, that would be a pretty important fact, right?
That's why I want audio and video, so because I feel like it's important, we can see it and hear it, and I couldn't lie to you. That's why I want the video and audio.
In that interview, on at least 2 occasions, didn't you wind up saying that Tony Howard killed your brother? Didn't you say that?
I don't recall. I mean, it's possible. Tony Howard didn't kill my brother.
Didn't you say that on at least 2 occasions in that tape?
I don't know. Tony Howard did not kill my brother. If I did, I was greatly mistaken. He didn't kill my brother. Well, what his name is, John Little, some guy. I don't know
That
him.
tape, please, Ed.
I don't. It wasn't Tony Howard. If I did, I was
25
greatly
away,
mistaken.
please.
Upside out with damn head. Man, I know they count on that Howard. You misuse the power you got. That power, that badge. Man, that's a lot of power. And you misuse that dog. Don't kill my goddamn brother. You abuse your power, bro.
You were talking about Tony Howard when that dude killed your brother, right?
No, I said, dude. Now, let's go through this. I think that's misleading, Your Honor. Because I didn't say Tony Howard. I said, dude. I don't know the man named John Little. But I was talking about him abusing that badge. That badge is very powerful. You put the wrong somebody up on that badge, somebody gonna have a bad day. Let me finish. Let me finish. That was what he just played. I was saying how Tony Howard abusing that badge. You get anybody who abused that badge, somebody in trouble. And I said that dude killed my brother, and I felt like he abused the badge. I done read the autopsy. I done read the police report. They want to let me get it in so y'all can hear it. That's why I'm here, to stop this. That's why I'm telling everybody. Officer Christian, I didn't shoot Officer Christian because Officer Christian don't know him. It's a person abusing that badge. Police brutality will not follow protocol. They don't want to even acknowledge that. That would have done it. If the man had to follow protocol, it would have never happened. I would have been on the man's passenger side, on the driver's side. Why you got to do this? Why? That's the only thing I'm saying. Why?
You didn't say that GD Tony Howard, you know, bro, that MF killed my damn brother. You didn't say that?
You know what? If I did, I was mistaken. Tony Howard didn't kill my brother, man. It was John Little. I said, it sounded to me, I said, Tony Howard and them motherfuckers killed my brother. We can play it back. That would have sounded like to me. If I said Tony Howard, I was mistaken. I said Tony Howard and them motherfuckers who killed my brother.
All that.
Hold on, that's what you just asked me. Let's talk about that. What you just asked me, could you ask me that question again, please, sir?
All of that.
Let's ask about Tony Howard, the Tony Howard part. Let's go back to this. That's what you just asked me. That I say Tony Howard, the MF killed my brother. That's what you just said. And it don't sound to me I said that, Mr. Moore. Why did you ask me that?
At that time, sir, at no time did you ever say that Tony Howard said, I'll shoot you, or anything like that, right? You know the interview.
Well, I don't.
Times you talk about
after reviewing it, I don't recall that I said that. Again, that's why I strongly want the video here so you can see what I said or I didn't say, what he said he didn't say. That way we won't have to go through it. Y'all can hear it. I'm the one asking for it.
Basically, Mr. Hood, as far as Blake Christian, or as far as Tony Howard at that time, you pulled out that weapon, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And you basically pointed right at him in his neck area and wound up shooting him. Isn't that correct?
No, I just shot after I heard my brother's voice. And don't let him do like they done me. I just shot him. I don't even know what hit him, man. I didn't even know.
You hear your brother's voice when Jadon Brooks was put in the back truck?
Oh, no, sir. Oh, no, I did not. I did not.
And at that time, basically, you shot again. You shot him twice at that point, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it was twice.
And after basically pulling away, you came back, and that's when you shot him. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I don't recall that, Mr. Marlin.
And then you basically went to the end of his car and started running down that street. Isn't that correct, sir?
I started running down the street after I ran away from Mr. Marlin.
And at that time, you saw Christian, right?
He was coming up the road in his car as I was running in the middle of the road with a gun in my hand, Mr. Marlin.
And you saw him park his car, right?
And I seen him stop his car.
And at that time, basically, you wound up turning and shooting him twice. Isn't that correct,
No,
sir?
I seen him stop his car, and I seen him do like that. And I heard it, don't let him do like that now, and I shot him Mr. Chris's car.
So basically, you saw him somehow reach down to his side. That's what you're telling us?
To me, I seen him do like that. I can't say what he done. This what in my mind that I seen him do like that. And I heard that, don't let them do like they done me. And I can't tell you nothing else after that, man. I mean,
You
sir.
heard your brother again tell you, don't do like they did me.
It's like, don't let them do like they done me. That's what I heard, Mr. Marlin. Now, Mr. Marlin, you've been telling the Christian family for years he was just sitting right there on an unrelated call. You the one made up that tale, wasn't it?
He made comments. You're not testifying.
Well, I thought I was testifying. I would give him an answer.
You're answering his question.
Okay. I thought I was.
At the time you surrendered, you said, I regret killing that innocent officer.
And I meant it.
Sir?
And I meant it. That's why I'm here now telling you what I done because I meant it. I didn't know Buddy Christian. If Buddy Christian wasn't working with people like you in Tony House, maybe he'll still be living.
So basically, it's our fault.
People like you.
Right?
Yeah, people, let's talk about that.
That's correct.
Let me explain my answer.
Well, that's gonna
Let's don't run now.
Got it.
Don't run. You asked me, let's talk about it. Now get the answer.
What was the objection?
The question is, he's starting to go into something that's probably not responsive.
And now, Jill, he asked me.
I heard the question. I don't like
Okay.
to answer.
Now, see, Mr. Martin, I think about that every day. Let me explain this to y'all. This is why I fight so hard to be here. Because, again, it's not about Jamie. It's about what we can learn this sport won't happen. And let me explain to you personally. See, Mr. Martin, I think about every day about what happened. Every daggone day I think about it. And I think about people like this. Why this man hearing his brother's voice? You sat there and killed that man, let the officer kill him, and won't let the family see the video and they got it. Stuff like that mess folks up, you know. You gonna jump on the man, he ain't did that to you. And you got the prosecutor right there, got the tape, been paid. He know what happened. You know, every time I go talk about my brother, he said, y'all get out of here because he don't want y'all to see it, he done saw it. There's something going off. I done read the autopsy report.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, let me finish. You see that? When I go talk about it, you on him. You see it?
Mr. Hood, ask one question.
Our question was, you're blaming us for what happened to Buddy Christian. Isn't that correct? Yes, sir.
I feel like you're playing
Answer
the
the
role.
question.
I'll answer your question where I want to, and I'm going to answer it.
Your Honor, I would ask you to...
I'm going to answer
the question.
I'm answering the question. Did they witness do me like that? They can't recall and all this old mess? I'm going to answer your question. You might not like it, but I'm going to answer.
I'm responsible.
Well, I'm answering your question.
Directly to answer the question.
Okay.
Answer yes or no. And then you
Hold on, Your Honor. Hold on. No. Now, I'm asking them to answer yes or no, and y'all were saying let them do the thing. What is this, kangaroo coat? What is this? I'll answer the question for y'all. Ask me that again. Now, after I answer the question, I get to explain it like I want, right? I ain't pointing at you.
Y'all step out, please. you're on cross-examination now. And you know that means that you have to answer the questions, and then you will get an opportunity to redirect yourself. Do not point your finger at me.
I wouldn't point my finger at you. If I point my finger at you, I'd have had it up high. I was just talking. I wouldn't point my finger at you. And hold on now, Judge. I answered these questions.
Don't argue with me.
Wait, look, you were doing me the same way. I know how to answer these questions. I'm going to do the same thing they were doing.
You are not answering the question,
Yeah.
and you're not taking my direction. Now, if you want to continue this examination, that's what's going to have to happen.
Right at the end anyway, the way I feel. It's right at the end the way, so you want to cut it off, cut it off. But I'm going to answer your question where I want to. I'm going to do them just like you let them do me.
Mr. Hood, whenever anyone is asked to direct the witness to answer the question and then have an opportunity to explain the answer, that is what has been done.
Okay, not on my case.
Yes, sir.
When I would ask him answer certain questions, well, just, Mr. Hood, let him finish. You done me like that the whole time. You done done me pretty bad the whole time.
I'm not going to argue.
Okay, if I answer, I get to explain, right? Because ain't nobody finna tell me to answer one way or the next, because I'll make you cut it off. I'm at the end anyway. What do I care?
Just listen to me.
All right, then.
I'm telling you, if you answer the question yes or no, then you can explain your answer.
Okay.
That's the way it is.
Okay, that's fair enough. I just told you I was going to answer your question. I just wish you had made it with to do me the same way when I was asking them. All this I can't recall and all this mess. You did the whole time. You'll pull it up on YouTube. You'll see yourself doing it. I'm going to answer his question, and I'm going to explain the way I want, whether they like it or not.
Are you ready?
Been ready. 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago.
Are you ready to conform with the court's instructions?
Then I just tell you, Judge, I'm going to answer the question, then I'm going to explain. I'm going to answer the question, then I'm going to explain. I just wish you had done me the same way with his witness.
See if they're ready to come back in.
Would you direct him also in the answer to make sure his answer, his explanation is responsive?
Yeah. I'm going to answer
It's not, let me just, this is not an opportunity to just launch into some narrative that doesn't have anything to do with the question.
Yeah, it do have something to do with the question. It's the way I feel. I answer these questions the way I want to, y'all. Ain't no disrespect. Ain't nobody finna dictate how I answer no question. I don't care who it is.
We'll see. If it continues, then we'll have to stop.
We at the end anyway.
That's all I want to finish my cross-examination.
But stop objecting.
You direct him not to basically arrest.
Okay, I'm gonna do the best I can. The best thing I can tell you, Judge. You know, if he can object, if I'm asking the wrong way, tell him to object. He been objecting. If I'm gonna answer these questions the way I want, if it's going the wrong way, object. That's the best thing I can tell you.
You're exactly right. We've been doing this for 3 weeks.
Okay. Look, no.
With objection.
No, look, y'all been doing it for 3 weeks. It ain't been Jamie. Y'all been doing me. On the objection, and I can't recall and let, like today, Judge, you let that man got that stuff in, and you sitting here and told me you weren't gonna let him do it. But I'm ready to answer these 4 questions because we just wasting time. That's the way I feel about it. I'm gonna answer these questions the way I want to. If you want to stop me, you know, that's on the end of the objection, you stop it. But I'm gonna answer the way I feel. I mean, you tell me to stop and don't do it, I stop then. But until then, I'm gonna answer these questions the way I want to answer.
When I sustain objection, we'll observe.
Yes, right. That's right. I'm gonna stop. You tell me to stop it. I'm gonna start like I'm gonna start.
See if the jury's ready to come back in.